So, Mike, you have, and this question is actually perfect for me to ask because Keith and Andrew um, sort of make fun of me at times because one of my biggest heroes is Jean Blades Moyes. She's the one back in 1997, I believe. I saw her present, I think, in Virginia. And I remember going up to her saying, "How do you know this information? This is gold. Like, this is going to save PE." I remember saying to her, and she, named Eric Jensen, Rich Allen. And I'm like, wait, who are they? And I think I had a book bag and I was writing everything down. And she led me to taking the Eric Jensen workshops. And I got to, take Rich Allen's. And then, she worked with Kids Fit and action-based learning. And then ended up taking, met you in Charleston for that 4-day action-based learning session or training. And you're working side by side with Jean Blades. And anytime I see her, I'm like, "Oh, you're such a superhero to me. You have no idea how you changed the trajectory of my education." But you met so many wonderful, extraordinary people. How did your paths cross to work collaboratively, and even with Paul Zintarski, John Rady? I think you even worked with Dr. John Medina. So how did all your paths cross, and what are some of your most memorable experiences? I know this is a loaded question.
No, it's okay. So yeah, Jean is a superhero to me too. Mm-hmm. Another one of those people. I mentioned Diana Ramsey, president of our company, earlier. Jean's one of those people that changed my life as well. Because when I was working with RTC in the early days, at one point we had an instructor meeting once a year where we all came together, etc. We always had guest speakers. And I did not even know of Jean's work. It was someone who was working closely with the course designers in the Brain Compatible Methods course who knew of her work. We brought her in as a guest speaker. And she was I was like, I had the same reaction as you. I was like, wow, who is this? And she was phenomenal. And it's so good. We had her back the next year. We'd never do that with guest speakers. So we had her back 2 years in a row. And we just stayed in touch. And she started talking about Cindy Hess and the action-based learning lab and how it was right next door to me. I live in Berks County, Pennsylvania. Cindy is in Lancaster County, Pennsylvania, and was doing all this great work with action-based learning labs. And I finally went and saw it. That was one of the most phenomenal things I've ever seen. I think there was 48 kindergartners in the gymnasium at one time. They were all doing these fantastic things, and they were reading word walls, and they were doing math while they were jumping on ladders, and it was just incredible. And all of that combined, I was blown away. So I was able to start combining that with my work. And the other thing that Jean did for me, she could not do a keynote one time in the Philippines, and she called me, "Do you want to do this?" Recommended me. And that started my international world. That was probably, I don't know, 2014 or 2015. Went to Manila. And then, they asked me back, and I started doing work for ECIS and ended up in Johannesburg and Kuala Lumpur and Barcelona and Montreal. It became an international thing. And that's all because Jean got me started in that world. I'm so appreciative to her on so many levels and thankful for her existence.
Yeah, anytime I've seen her present so many times, but I'm always like hanging on every word that she's saying. And she's so humble. That's she's so humble, but I am one of those where if I'm in a conference, I'm like, "There's Jean. I don't want to bug you, but I want to say hi."
Oh, you should. You know how friendly she is. She's very humble, but she'll talk to anyone, and she's wonderful. And so, yeah, some of the other people, I asked Paul Zintarski to write the foreword for our second collaboration. I had already written another book on corporate training, but Tracy and I decided to do another collaboration, and Paul agreed, and it was great. He wrote the foreword, and eventually we ended up at several conferences together, presenting together, one in Barcelona, one in Alexandria, Virginia, and John Rady was at that one. And so John and Paul are, they're really good friends. And so we spent a good portion of the day together, went to a reception together, hung out after that reception for a while. And it was just such a treat for me to listen to Paul and John. And they're really great people and fun. And we laughed a lot. just had a great time. So it was a thrill for me. I was like a kid in the candy store, and that was a great day for me.
I could not imagine. I could imagine seeing the three of you all together. If I had Paul Starsky, Gene Blades, you, and John Rady.
It should be a podcast.
Oh my goodness, I'm getting nervous.
We could do a roundtable.
Come on, too.
Yeah. Well, I know I can get Paul and Gene on here. I bet Paul could get John. So we'll see. We'll keep talking about it.
I got to correct something that Kim says. She said that we sort of make fun of her at times. We make fun of her all the time. Not sort of and not once in a while. It's constant. So just to correct her on that one.
I'm not afraid to say how much those people mean to me. And I kind of have a brain crush on these people. When people ask me, like, what if you could have any celebrity in the world to have over for dinner, I name you guys.
You're sweet.
It's not even like a Hollywood celebrity. I'm like, I want them. I just want to hear them talk.
Yeah, it's great for me too. I love being around them, and Paul and I have become, pretty good friends. So I'll be anxious to see him at some point again.
That'd be an interesting conversation with all those people. I mean, because you, in one aspect, you want to pick their brain while you're at this thing, but at the other time, you just want to kind of let them not have to talk shop, all the time. I know there's some people, you love to talk shop, but then it becomes that like fanboy, like, but I just want to learn some more.
And that's why the three of us make such a good trio, because I talk shop sometimes too much, and you guys are like, Kim, let's just talk. You bring that down. That's why we make a good trio.
Did you talk shop during opening day yesterday, Kim? You did. Yeah.
I did on opening baseball day. I can't help it, Mike, sometimes. But I'm not that great of a baseball fan. I like baseball stadiums and I like going to baseball games. But we did talk shop a little bit.
I had to pull him in the other room and said, "Come, first pitch, let's go, first pitch."
He did.
As much as I don't like the Yankees, I'm still going to watch the first pitch.
Yeah.